Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. Let's take a look at news further afield. Now, the UK is set to send the first batch of asylum seekers to Rwanda in the coming days. This comes a month after a deal to resettle illegal migrants was signed with the East African country. Last month, London announced plans to send asylum seekers and migrants to Kigali in a deal slammed by human rights bodies and the religious sector. For more on this, we're joined by Dr. Etienne Mutabazi, spokesperson for the Rwanda National Congress. A very good evening to you, Doctor. Thank you so much for your time. The first batch of asylum seekers will be sent to Rwanda from the UK under a very controversial new deal. Talk to us about this. Dr. Mutabazi, if I can ask you to unmute yourself, please, sir.
Sorry.
Yes,
sorry.
There we are.
I was saying that it's controversial indeed, because this is something that has been concluded in the shade, because as we are used to the negotiation between the two countries, there will be some technical team to negotiate an issue if it is a bilateral issue among two sovereign states. And if it's a multilateral thing, we will have more than that because of the nature of the agreement. But this one, I think the president will walk up and send either his intelligence services and finally his minister of foreign affairs to go and seal an agreement without consulting the parliament. This is a very issue that should have involved at least the National Assembly of Rwanda, and no one has been involved. But one thing is certain is that the man we have in Kigali will use his power as a president, does not want to involve anyone, and this is not the first agreement concluded. We have witnessed what happened between Rwanda and Israel, where we saw people coming in a kind of human trafficking. They arrived in Kigali. They were hosted for 2 or 3 nights before being sent to the border between Rwanda and Uganda, because they were actually irregular and illegal in Rwanda. We assisted at a situation where Rwanda, because of the funds put in by the European Union, said it is helping the migrants stranded in Libya, but it was a same kind of human trafficking. There is an agreement between Rwanda and Denmark, and now we assist at one between Rwanda and the United Kingdom. For Europe, it's fine because they can discharge themselves of the responsibility which would other fall on their shoulders. If they can find someone like President Kagame, who is looking only for money, not any humanitarian things of that nature, then it is perfect, because it's like trashing people who are unwanted in Europe and just send them to Rwanda. Rwanda is 26,338 kilometers square. It has its structural problem. I am talking to you in exile in Johannesburg. I have not been privileged to discuss with the government of Rwanda for a safe return to my country of origin. But now they are bringing in people. I do not know where they house them, how those people will survive. But because it's a commercial venture, then we have the situation we are discussing today.
President Kagame has been vocal in the midst of the criticism where he's accused of keeping an iron grip on power. And he has essentially said that he is actually helping and he's not trading in human beings. No,
but that is what he is saying, but there is also the reality. The reality is that I'm telling you, Rwanda is 26,338 kilometers square, and is a poor country. If you were to look at the Human Development Index, if you were to look at even the human rights situation in Rwanda, so there is a way, and we are kind of getting tired of to say President Kagame is saying this. He's saying this because that's what come out of his mind. That's how far I can go. But we have a reality that we need to challenge as well. We are human beings. We are objective. We are analytical. I think people should stop playing kind of game because things have raised by a president. Then they can stand even the test of being aired even in the media. For us, it is an impossible situation. Rwanda is not capable of handling those migrants, and there's no genuine undertaking in the whole issue because it's purely commercial, and when you do it on top of human being, we call it human trafficking, and it's immoral.
Very well. Thank you so much. Let's leave it there for now. The Rwanda National Congress spokesperson, Dr. Etienne Mutabazi, expressing his sentiment and the outrage when it comes to the first batch of asylum seekers sent to Rwanda from the UK in a rather controversial deal.